were cruelly labelled fallen women. Tonight, the real-life stories of unmarried mothers affected by forced adoption practices will be retold on the stage. A musical play, which premieres in Glasgow this evening, was created in the months following a formal Scottish Government apology for the historic wrong. Joanne Bonner has been speaking to the cast, preparing for tonight's opening night.
She's coming home with me. She's coming home with me.
The Fallen is based on true events. To prepare, its cast met with some of the Scottish women whose lives were changed forever by forced adoption practices.
I think they're incredible women, and I think that we could all learn something from them in terms of their resilience. I spoke to one of the mothers quite recently to tell her just how nervous we're all feeling, and they said to me not to worry because what we're doing is trying to raise that awareness. But we do feel a responsibility to get this right. We're painting an entire picture of someone's life.
We are sorry.
Last year, the former First Minister issued a formal apology to those affected by forced adoption. The group that helped to campaign for that recognition know this weekend's performances will be poignant.
You can't blame me for that. Don't be carrying the baby. I mean, carrying the blame.
It's felt really quite healing to know that there are young people who are willing to listen to the story and to respond to it in the way that they are, because we all feel sort of over many years very sad and very upset about this, but have never been able to speak that truth. And the fact that there's such an age gap between the people who are performing and the people that experienced it, it's just lovely to know that there can be that engagement and that empathy.
And I'll miss your first smile, your first word, your first step.
During the final section of the play, the first names of babies who were taken will be read out.
This was something that we wanted to acknowledge, was those identities. A very poignant moment, quite a challenging moment actually to perform, and I've always said to them, this is probably the most important bit of this whole piece actually, is that moment of saying these names.
The show is a sellout, and its writers say they've been overwhelmed by the level of international interest. They're now looking at ways for this play to reach a wider audience. Joanne Bonner, STV News at the Webster Theatre in Glasgow.